Peace and blessings, guys. Stay tuned. This is a live stream, so you guys will have to be a little bit patient with how and when I get to the information. Forgive me, I'm looking a little rough too. Either way, just want to give you guys some updates to distribution and music distribution, as that has been the center of conversation for a lot of you guys, focusing on your music distribution and understanding how distribution works, um, and having perks and benefits. So, as I'm dealing with the distribution portal right now as it stands, found it necessary to talk to you guys about distribution. I know it's a big subject. You guys have seen me do videos on different distributors. I'm doing videos based on you guys' requests, and if these guys offer discounts, then I can do that. However, some things for you guys who are music millionaires and also distribute or labels or label execs or managers right now who are distributing through us. Want to give you guys an update to the distribution portal. So right now they are currently working on the YouTube content ID system. The YouTube content ID will basically identify music that has been used in music videos and be able to claim that, and then it advertises on top of that video. If you go into your track settings and you see the YouTube video and it claims zero, do not worry. Just go into your detailed report and it will give you guys detailed information showing you that it is being claimed, so you don't have to worry about that. The other aspect of it is link fire. For a lot of you guys, you want to know about the short URL creator. The Linkfire URL creator only works once you publish the music, meaning that once the music is published, then it will work. You can generate a short link for your distribution. This is just features, guys, that should be inherent to any distribution platform that you guys should be getting. And let's talk about that. There is a difference between pay to play distribution. You guys have been asking me, like, what's the difference in these distribution platforms like DistroKid, TuneCore, AWOL, and the rest? So let me get you guys to understand the freemium access to distribution. When you see these guys that's offering free access to distribution, be very leery if you are wanting to be or stay independent for several different reasons. The freemium is their way of allowing major labels to be able to go through and choose artists or producers who are or have done most of the work. You're giving them access to your music so they can see and pick and choose basically who is streaming, who's becoming popular, who's trending. On the flip side of that, there is still money coming out of your royalty, so it's not free, even if they tell you that. Always, your grandmother tell you something, and it's been said. If it seems too good to be true, then more than likely it is. And I had this conversation with a bunch of you guys the other day about when I speak with our partners over in Germany, they lose their mind when it comes to when I start talking about, for instance, Agatha just says, AG says something about a muse and stuff like that. They lose their mind about them because they have insight, and they've been teaching me the insight behind that so-called free platform. So be very careful with those free platforms. Oftentimes, you set yourself up for failure. Companies like DistroKid and TuneCore, however great they are, because they're offering all these services, they're really good for newbies who don't understand the business. Because again, you have to compensate for that money you're getting back. They are not giving you a full service distribution platform. I want to be straightforward with that, guys. You're not getting all the analytics that you need. At any point in time, if they question your streams happening too fast or anything, they can pull your record and keep that revenue, literally keep that revenue, and then say that you might have had bots or it looked fishy and they don't have to pay you. So there is so many different downfalls to these cheap platforms, and there's horror stories about that as well. You guys need to really look out for it. But for the most part, a lot of these guys don't give you the analytics that you need in order to make it. So be very careful of the either free platforms, because trust me, it's not free. There's a catch to it. Trust me. And or the cheap platforms where you're paying monthly. We offer distribution. I have confined our distribution to Music Millionaire members only, and or labels, people who are distributing more than 10 songs monthly, or plan on distributing more than 10 songs monthly. And we take a percentage of that. And the reason why we take a percentage of ours, and the percentage that we take, is because we are working in conjunction with you. We are marketing your stuff. We're putting you in playlists. We are marketing you in websites. We are marketing your stuff. And then we're being cross promoted with our partners. So our partners in Germany are marketing your music in the German market arena, in the European markets. So we are working with you in this. Again, if we don't make money, which is how distribution should work. If we don't make money, or excuse me, if you don't make money, we should not make money. That's how it goes. Not I need my money up front from you, and you either make it or you don't. You know, they call it the fight or flight type situation. So that's what's going on, guys. Either way it goes, man, I just want to give you guys an update that we have so much going on right now. We have a lot going on. We have did over 13 million streams on the platform, 13 million streams. And that, again, is with cross promoting and all these different things that we're doing, guys, which is beautiful. Now, I know 13 million seems like, oh my God, but it's a lot for us who just started this whole distribution journey in a very short period of time. So congratulations to a lot of you guys who have made that happen, and you're putting in the hard work. Look, of course, for your royalties to be coming out, et cetera, et cetera. Now, with that said, guys, if you guys have any questions based on the topic, distribution platform, and things of that nature, feel free to ask them. I'm here. I'm available for you guys while I'm working at the same time. But if you have questions that's off subject as well, make sure you ask them as well. This particular video will not be listed in search. It will only be available for those of you who click the link in your email, so you'll be able to come back to it later on and maybe highlight some things I said. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. I'll go back up here as well and check out some of the questions that you probably already previously asked. And let me say big shout out firstly to all you guys. Sumo Productions, Video 4.0, Rodney Romulus Sr., what's going on, brother? Peace and blessings. Jack Bellany, what's going on, family? Ag the OG, 1986. I'll always be messing his name up because I just say it the way it looks. And he asked, is this a reference to Amuse? I've been weary about that. I'm referencing any and all of them. They have a strategy. And the freemium strategy, again, is it gives them the pick of the litter. For lack of a better word, it gives them pick of the litter. They're able to make contract deals. They're able to offer sync deals, things of that nature, to the music that they feel is good. You're basically giving them the music to be able to come back then later on and say, hey, look here, we want to take your music. We got a deal for you. You know, we can get you signed and we can get sync. And then they take a portion of that money from there. But again, always remember that royalty free does not mean administration fee free. It does not mean that we're not going to charge you administration fees or platform fees or whatever the company like iTunes, for example, is charging you, and then add a fee on top of that because we have to send you your money out. So you guys got to be very careful of those situations. Jesse, peace and blessings to you. And let me answer your question. How to publish on streaming sites and YouTube through DistroKid, and who should I sign for copyright my song, BMI or ASCAP? So first and foremost, let me say this and let me address this, Jesse, and this probably will help a lot of you guys out. How to publish on streaming sites and YouTube through DistroKid is real simple. There should be a walkthrough process with those companies where they provide you a video showing you how to stream, and they're very simplistic. Because they offer a simplistic distribution platform. It's not a hard distribution platform. However, with YouTube publishing and content ID, most of these companies are charging you for that. We don't charge any of you. Any of you who are distributing through us, you know we don't charge you for YouTube content ID at all. It's a part of our system. Again, we make all the things available to you guys, especially the international market, which everybody has had problems with. We're one of the very few people who have South Korea, Germany, South Africa, all the platforms that a lot of labels don't even have. We have through our international agreements. But to go back, because I digressed, he says, who should I sign for copyright my song, BMI or ASCAP? Jesse, let me be very clear. BMI and ASCAP do not copyright music. They are only a performing rights organization. They are only your representatives. You affiliate with them. You let them know what music you've done with what artist or what performer. You highlight any publishing company you may be affiliated with, and then they go out once the music is published, and then they acquire your royalties for that music. However, BMI and ASCAP is still limited in what they can do for you, because they only can acquire the money from the contracts that they have, which oftentimes are limited to the EU. They are not worldwide royalty collectors, which is why it's oftentimes great to have either a publisher or a publishing administrator. A lot of times people say, hey, I don't want to give up my publishing, and that's based on, I got so many stories I could talk about with that, because I watch the videos that you guys watch, and I hear about the so-called horror stories from producers who talk about, their publishing and things of that nature. But as I've said to a recent somebody recently, when it comes to your publishing and things of that nature, if you had an opportunity to work with Beyonce or Dr. Dre, and the deal and well, let me answer the question first. Let me go back. I apologize. So with BMI and ASCAP, they don't deal with copyrights. That's something you have to deal with yourself and or your music publisher. Okay, so Jesse, I hope that answers your question. I hope that was clear to everybody. Okay, so your PRO does not file copyrights for you, nor do they copyright your music. Okay. But I digress. I want to highlight this before I go on with the other questions that you guys may have had. So if you had an opportunity, and I need you guys to answer this in the chat if you don't mind. If you had an opportunity, and you, in your current situation, to work with Beyonce, Rihanna, Drake, Dr. Dre, or Amigos, and the deal was you keep a portion of your writers, they keep the publishing, would you take it? Let me add to that question. If the deal was you take half of your writers, a writer is a producer is considered a writer as well, and you are entitled to half if the song is complete, meaning that there's a writer portion of it, a vocalization, and then there's the composition. So you're entitled to half of that royalties from the writer side of that. So that's 50%. But if you were told, give me 50% of your writers and 50% of your publishing, all of your publishing, to be able to get a placement with Beyonce, Rihanna, or Dr. Dre, would you do it? Here's the stipulation. They're going to go easily 5 times platinum. They're going to sell over 5 million albums, or 10 million downloads or streams or whatever, plus YouTube royalties, plus mechanicals and all these things. Would you do it? Would you sign with it? Would you do it? Or would you say, no, I'm not going to do it? All right, I'm gonna wait for you guys' question. I'm gonna wait for that. I'll wait for that answer. I'm not gonna tell you how to respond, but I'm just gonna ask that question, okay? Now let me go back up while you guys answer that as well. Okay, Sumo Production says, listening to SG the mentor while studying for my generals. All right, good, brother. Just stay focused, all right? I need you to stay focused on your generals. AG says, ask Cap if you can, probably. Bang Therapy says, nothing in life is free. Correct. You're probably referencing the distribution. Video 4.0, give me a thumbs up. That's what's up, man. Cal Lovett Workshop Music says, looks like you're the way to go. It just depends on you understanding music business. I appreciate you, Cal. How do I join your platform? Grease TV, you have to actually, there's only 2 ways right now. You either have to be a label or distributor, or you have to be a music millionaire. We are not accepting applications for anyone who is not that. It was free for all originally, so if you still have a username and password, please use it. But if you have not been using it, we're getting ready to take that away from you, because we can't empower people who just, when you give somebody something for free, they really don't appreciate it. So we're going to take that access away for those who have not uploaded anything on the platform. Cody Cam G, link to your platform. My platform is music-millionaires.com. It's real simple, music-millionaires.com. For those of you who told me that the SSL security certificate was expired, it is back in place. So you don't have to worry about that. We haven't been able to keep track of this, so we got so much stuff going on. Jarrell Bond says, good stuff, peace and blessings. So AG says, so you said it's only if you are distributing 10 songs a month. Well, AG, it's not necessarily 10 songs a month. I apologize. If you're gonna distribute 10 songs or more, we will approve you. If you're doing less than that, if it's just, I'm just gonna do an album and just keep it moving, that's more for just artists who are just wanting to get some music distributed. They may or may not do another album, stuff like that. And for us, For us, it's a numbers game because of the amount of money and time that it takes for this platform to work and operate and all the mechanics behind it. It's just easier for us to work with labels and deal with bulk projects and products versus single projects. Okay. Grease TV says, if I join your platform, would I need anyone else? Well, that would depend, Grease TV, on what all you need done. Like I said, we will cross promote you. We are promoting our labels and artists who are signed up. We have actually one of the best platforms available because major labels use this platform as well. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. Of course, we get, I do personal mentorship and things of that nature. But it just depends on what you're trying to do, brother. I'm not gonna sit here and say you will need no one else because I don't know. So, video 4.0 says, do you all allow indie labels to run on? Yes, we do allow indie labels to run on our platforms. Yes, we do. And we allow you, our platform allows you to be able to set other labels up. So if you wanted to set up another label, then you could do that as well. Most people don't realize that. He also asked, do I think the strategy is effective through the freemium platforms? It's just, again, it's perception. The way I perceive things is differently. And I want you guys to understand this. This is not beneficial for me by telling you not to, look out for freemium or DistroKid or any of the rest of them. It's not beneficial to me because I'm not accepting everyone's distribution opportunity or application. So I don't get anything out of telling you that. I'm not trying to sway you guys over. I'm just being truthful with you to what I'm learning these distribution platforms are doing and the purpose or reasoning behind it. And that's really all. You just have to really weigh it out. There's a reason behind terms and agreements, bro. You know what I mean? When you see terms and agreement, there's a reason why they exist. If it's just, hey, free for all, whatever, simple terms and agreement with all of them, even if it's a free platform, which would be, hey, we're going to distribute your music. You give us the rights to, distribute it. You hold us non-liable for any royalty statements or anything that may not be accurate based on what we receive. And, you're gone. But when you're looking at the terms and agreement that, it has, a page or two or three or four pages in it, it's saying some things. So Sumo Production says, I have a question. If I use distributor to publish some of my songs on all platforms, then I want to change distributor. Will the one I was in take down all the tracks they publish for me? You have to request that, guys. If they don't have an automatic request button inside of the platform, you have to request that because it has to be a manual takedown. Okay, so you got to do that. Jess says, how would I choose publishing? Cause really, you wouldn't. I would suggest if you don't have a publisher, you create your own publishing company because most publishers choose you. Okay, and they choose you based on, again, your credits, what you have that allows them to say, hey, he's worth either an advance or he's worth us, investing our time in. So basically, you create your own publishing company. Okay. Spaceman JT, what's going on, family? Kyle Lovett, yes, we do. All right, so let me go back now. I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible, guys. Uh, so just bear with me. Let me get this. I'm gonna try to get to all you guys. All right. Okay, so Jesse, let's go where Jesse was. He said, I would choose publishing cause, okay, no problem. Jake's, and this is my original question about the Beyonce, Drake, or any like that. Jake's Belling says, question, if an artist did a feature with an artist who's under BMI, but you're under ASCAP, how can you ensure royalties being collected for you? That's real simple. You have to insert that information in your platform when you register that song with your performing rights organization. Once you put that in there and you have their information, or you can look them up because like a lot of the platforms, once you stick the person's name in, it gives you a list of the songwriters and things like that. You can just add them to that registration, or they should be adding you. And what happens from that point, there's a confirmation that goes on, and then it's done. So all you need is your information. You don't have to worry about whether your royalties are going to be getting. That's what your performing organization does. They'll find that money for you. Jesse says the publishing earns more. Not necessarily. The publishing is just as equivalent as to writers. So if the publishing is making money, the writers are going to continue to make money. The publishing controls and holds the copyright. They're the ones who go out and it behooves them to be able to go and get song and sync placements and things like that, or even get someone to write or sing on your song to get it placed with a major artist. So that's what that is. Jake's Bellany says no. Grease TV says, wow, that's hard. That's an honest answer. Video 4.0 says, I would not. They will eventually won't be hot anymore, and my money will stop if I keep it all. I get it forever. All right, good point. And then Kyle Lovett asks, does your company deal with cover songs? Yes. So let me go to you guys who've answered. Would you give up your publishing or a portion of your writers to work with a Dr. Dre or whoever or Rihanna or whatever to get the song placed? I feel all of you. I feel all of you with the question you don't know, and it's a logical feeling to feel that way. However, let me say this to you guys: when you're dealing with music moguls like the Beyoncés and Rihannas and stuff like that, they understand one simple philosophy, which most producers understand now, being in the music industry. As much as you try to get around that, like, no, I don't want to give that up, you're losing that placement. And anyone who tells you have not dealt with these type people. When you see producers talk about don't give up this, don't give up that, most of them have not worked with a Dr. Dre. Most of them don't have a Rihanna or a Beyonce placement, a music mogul placement. So it's easy for them to say, oh, I lost, or I hate I gave this up or gave that up. Because what happens with these people is you're going to have the song credits on someone who everyone wants to work with. And other artists look at that. Your Taylor Swifts, they look at, oh God, you did Beyonce's song. Hey, I love for you. Can you submit some beats? The A&R is going to come contact you. Can you? Taylor wants to work with. She loves what you did with so and so. Record labels contact you. Publishing companies contact you because they say you contributed to the biggest album of blah 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 the year. This brings you more money. Beyonce knows this. Dre knows this. Major artists. Now I'm not talking about the small artists. Major artists like these people know that. So if you have to give up publishing and have to give it up to get that placement, to get more placements, do that. That's what I'm suggesting to you. Now everyone's not going to agree with me on that, but if you are a no-name producer trying to establish yourself, the worst thing you can really do is say no to a person like Dre or Beyonce or anyone like that, because these people end careers. You will be stuck working with indie artists the rest of your life, and you could be like, well, I prefer to be with working with indie and keep all my publishing than to give it all up and then I'm broke another 10 years. But be broke with 10 million in your pocket or $100,000 in your pocket or $200,000 in your pocket, and then you choose to do what you need to do for your business after you get that $200,000 in your pocket, versus you never seen that money at all, and then you're trying to build up with 100,000 other indies to make that $100,000 that you could have did one song. It's mind, perception, and conception, okay? And that's why you will never see people like a Scott Storch or any major producer. I'm not talking about and no disrespect to the brothers, because they busting their ass, Zaytoven and the rest of these guys. I'm saying major producers like Khaled and the rest talk about publishing or anything like that, because they understand that science. They get it. You will never hear them complain. You've never heard them complain about, oh, I got screwed over for publishing or any of that, because there's a difference between producers who are trying to get to that status and producers who are in that status, and then once they get there, they know how to finagle and work every other situation. Once I get there, if I've given up my publishing, which we've given up publishing to get to work with Dr. Dre, everything I do after that or any other music that I contribute to, I'm learning how they do it, right? And now I'm able to capitalize off of everything I've learned from the dues I paid. So you guys got to be very careful when you think about that. If you get that opportunity, you don't want to mess that up and think about it, because like I said, I've seen people get blackballed in the industry. Dope producers, dope artists, dope singers can't work. Not that they didn't work before. Can't work because they had that same mentality and thought process. Know too much, you can hurt yourself. Be the person that sat next to the door. There's a movie called The Spook that sat next to the door. Be the person who plays their role, and oh well, yeah, okay, no problem. But your end game is, oh, I know where we're going with this, because as long as I can keep working, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make sure That my other situations are differently, because then what happens is a whole nother door opened up, guys. So I hope that makes sense to you. All right, I'm not gonna be able to go back all the way up to all you guys answer questions. Tuck, I'm Moon. What's going on, man? Miss you, brother. I ain't seen you in a while. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see. I'm gonna try to get your stuff real quick, guys. My phone look like it's tripping. Yes, we're always accepting new members at Music Millionaires, guys, because Music Millionaires is not just music distribution. It is a music business course. I'm teaching you guys how to set your business up the proper way. How I got so much more. We're working on copyright stuff right now, guys, where you need to know about these new copyright laws and how it's going to affect you. I'm gonna do a YouTube video on it, but I'm gonna actually do a course video for Music Millionaires, because you can file a copyright claim right now against somebody, and for, let's say, a sample packs that you have, or vice versa, and you can wind up paying the person you're trying to sue. I just read that. That was crazy. Once I got my head around what they was trying to say. What else is it? August C says no timing is valuable. 1 to 5 years of publishing could be huge. 5 to 20 may gross that same number. You're exactly correct and right. However, you also look at if you are blackballed in the industry based on who you want to work with. But again, it's on you guys. It's really your choice. Okay. I'm not saying that you will be blackballed, but I have seen it happen. I've had producers, I ain't saying no names, call me like, SG, man, can you please say blah 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 to so and so and so and so, to make this thing work. So, hey, Sumo Productions, you're more than welcome. Jarrell Bond says, what's the best route for a new artist in terms of getting their music heard by masses of people? Jarrell Bonds, let me say this to you, and I've said this in several of my videos. You got to have a bag, bro. You got to have some kind of money to invest in marketing. But the key behind it is you got to have great music as well. The bars have changed, because even though mumble rap and stuff like that is coming into place, you see that a lot of artists are now changing to this country rap type situation, which is becoming more popular. But you got to have money to market, bro. You got to have money to market, or you got to have a trending song because of its dance qualities. But you got to have money to be able to put in, you guys. You know what I mean? And that's just the truth. That's the best way to get to the masses. Right now, there is no freemium model that's going to make you get there right now. You can do it over a period of time. Keep hitting blogs, keep hitting and putting out more music, more music, more music. And eventually, people see you enough that they say, "Oh, let me check this artist out," and you become that growed into trend or trending artist. But right now, you gotta be able to spend that money, bro, to get it done. And that's just being honest with you guys. And you could do it strategically. But every course that you see where people tell me, let me teach you about Spotify and ClickFunnels and blah blah blah, and all of them are telling you to spend money. That's how they made it. Let me show you my secret to success that no one else is talking about, and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah. You can build your Instagram profile and your Facebook profile up through engagements and organic engagements, and whole bunch of different things they're talking about doing, and engagement groups. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to spend money in marketing, guys. You got to spend money. That's what we do. I try my best. If you follow me on Instagram, I've been putting out promo. I try my best to give you guys everything you need. I'm like, yo, I got a deal right now. We're working out something. I can get you $20 TV advertisement. A few of you guys jumped on it. Amazing to me. It's like, come on, man. But you got to spend money, brother. That's the best way. Okay. All right. Music-millionaires.com. Somebody please put the website link in the description for everybody who wants to be a part of Music Millionaires Club. Alias Fresh says, can you go over the artist collab feature? Be more definitive. The artist collab feature. What part are you talking about? Ice Cold, what's going on, brother? Peace and blessings. That's a little brother right there, man. We get it in on Instagram all the time. Manuel Fox, peace and blessings, family. I haven't seen you in a while. Peace and blessings. Carlos Herrera, what's going on, man? Thank you. So Jesse, great question. He asks us, making up word now. I'm an independent artist. What record deals should are available except 360 deals? What option should I choose? Jesse, let me be honest with you. No label is going to sign you without a 360 right now. The only way that happens is you got to have a momentum and build. You got to be in a powerful position to be able to, what they call negotiate. If you're not in a position to be able to negotiate, you're not going to be able to get around a 360 deal. And when I say in a position to be able to negotiate, you got to have numbers that the labels haven't seen from an indie to negotiate type situation. But at that point, you don't need a deal. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to deal at that point. But you're not going to get around it because labels aren't making money on physical CD production, which is where it used to be at. Streams don't make money, guys. I can honestly tell you, you know what I mean? I just did the video, you know what I'm saying? 1 million Spotify streams will net you this year, at least at the streaming rates that's available, only $2,000. And you got to keep that up every month. So 360 deals allows them to be able to merchandise or monetize your merch. You know what I mean? It allows them to be able to make money off the tours and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? It's hard to say because before they didn't really care about your performing money or your concerts and nothing like that. They didn't care because it was making all that money on your ass from your CDs. But now they're not making money on CDs because no one is buying CDs. Everything is virtual. No one is downloading no more. It's easier to stream. So where is the revenue? How am I going to get my money back as a label if I can't maximize my investment, if I can't get an ROI on my investment? How are you going to tell me I'm going to get my money back on you if I invest $100,000 in you? You don't want to give up your publishing. You don't want to give up distribution. You don't want to give up nothing. You just want me to invest in you as a label, right? Get you notoriety, but I have no way to get my money back. You get what I'm saying? So come on, you guys got to think about that. Now, times have changed. We, as independent artists, we've demanded times change. But it's at the same time, we're trying to have our cake and eat it too. It's like, y'all want to be famous and popular. I want you to invest in me, Mr. Big Bank, because that's all a record label is. I told you this from the very first video I did on here. Record labels are nothing but banks. But I don't want to give you nothing in return. I want to take everything. Come on, you know what I mean? So I'm not siding with record labels. I'm just being realistically honest about it. The only way to go about it is becoming 100% independent wholeheartedly. You know what I mean? And or understanding that if you did sign away something, you could sign away, okay, limited. Okay, I'm gonna give you X amount of albums and I'm done. But the problem then becomes you force them to market it and invest it so that it does blow up, right? And then it's intricate nowadays. Y'all gotta understand that, man. It's just intricate. Let's see. Gary Quirk says, trying to get the business side set up easy, bro. Join Music Millionaires. It's worth the money. Everybody will tell you that. Everybody who's joined always be like, I'm still going through it. I didn't expect to have it. I didn't expect for you to have this much material in it. XYZ, blah, blah, blah. So, just join music-millionaires.com. Let's see. Manuel Fox said, did you hear about the Universal Music Group burnt masters from many artists? Yes, the quote so-called fire that happened in one of the master house units, right? Yeah, I heard about that. That's crazy, isn't it? Soldier says, so are you saying your distribution service is better than DistroKid? 100%. Hands down. It's not even a question, bro. If I turn my screen around right now and just show y'all half of what our service offers here, you be like, get out of here, because you won't see a portal like this in DistroKid. They don't provide this distro. Come on, for $20. Here's what you're asking them to do for $20. They're distributing your music, then they have to turn around and pay you your money that's owed to you, all for $20. How is that a feasible market plan? So everything else we charge you for. We charge you for the YouTube content ID. We charge you for keeping your music up for a lifetime per track or per album. We charge you for blah, 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 blah. You got to pay every year to keep your album up. Yeah, bro, 100%. And you don't get the analytics. You see where your music was sold, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, I can honestly say that we have definitely a better platform. But again, it's great for indie artists. I will never poop on them. They're great for indie artists who just getting to start. They get scrape your foot in the door. XYZ, yeah, go hard. But Manuel Fox says, so who owns those masters now since they burn? When masters are burned, Manuel, and that's a great question. All the contracts are in place. Unless they said the contract building burnt up with the masters, those contracts are still in place, bro. So whoever earned it earns it, you know what I mean? Universe Media, you're more than welcome, brother. So nothing changes when it comes to that, okay? I love chopping up with you guys. Don't y'all love this when we can just get it in and talk? You know what I mean? I love this, man. Jesse says, the person who mixes and masters the song, what is his rights? Absolutely nothing. They're considered contract for hire. They're work for hire. Their sole job and responsibility is to mix and master the song. Oftentimes, professional studios and whatnot will get credit for being the place back in the days when they was doing album covers and stuff like that. You know, when CDs and vinyls were printed and pressed, you would see mixed at, mastered by, recorded at XYZ. But now when it comes to the streaming platform, none of those lines of credit are even in the distribution platform because it's not important. They're considered work for hire. They're not collecting any monies. You can't put them in your PRO. PRO don't ask you who mixed your music or mastered it because they're not going to get any royalties. They're not entitled to that. They're not entitled to any copyrights. That's the thing. The only people that are entitled to the copyrights are the writers, the composers, the writers. Okay, so you're the only ones that are entitled to the copyright. Unless you, of course, have a publisher or record label, and depending on your agreement with them, then they are representatives of your copyright. But that's it. Alias Fresh says, if you're not following SG on IG, you sleeping. Even though he put SH, but I know what happened with that auto spell 100% because we get it in, man. I like to have fun too. I post crazy stuff on my Instagram sometime. All right. Let me see if I got any more questions. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Gary Quirk says, I'm taking my music serious like you've always said, and I'm completing my first EIN as a producer. Anybody who don't know what EIN is, an employee identification number, which you can get from the IRS for 100% free. So he's going through that whole process of making sure he has a legitimate business signed up, or together. So congratulations on that, brother. Tutankhamun Cordlan says, BA marketed 100%. Okay. What website host do you recommend for building personal site? Well, Gary and everybody who's watching, listen, I be in tune with you guys. So we actually now, I've added website, domain, hosting, and name, meaning that when you become a Music Millionaire member, I now offer you your first domain name and hosting for an entire year. Y'all know how much that costs alone. Y'all don't understand how much I'm giving y'all. I'm not making money off this. Y'all don't understand that. I just want people who are serious about their business, man. That's it. I want people to be serious. I'm giving y'all domain name hosting. I'm showing you how to set everything up. I'm giving y'all beat kits, over a gigabyte, I think, of sounds and effects. I'm giving you countless contracts that you need, production contracts, stuff that you will spend $10,000 from your attorney to get. Trust me. And yeah, and now I'm giving you a web domain, all for that price. Come on. None of these other guys are doing this, man. Y'all don't understand. Keep slipping, because I'm finna go up. I'm finna start charging y'all bad bucks. Oh, by the way, and I want to know what you guys feel. I've been saying this, and I want to reiterate this because I'm getting ready to do this like ASAP. I want to take about 9 or 10 of you guys, have y'all come down to Savannah. We get a big mansion. I'm gonna get a big mansion, right? Rent out a big mansion, and we all sleep, eat, drink, get it in, record, walk you through what, your business, whatever you need on businesses. We record music, all of that. You personally hang out with me for a weekend and we get it in, you know what I mean? And then charge you, I don't know, whatever it's going to cost to feed you and all this other stuff. I won't be making any money off of it, but I may do two-tier packages. But let me know, man. I think it's a great thing. Please forgive me if I messed this up. Odinji Anderson asks, I live in Jamaica. Could I distribute through you? Yes, 100%. Doesn't matter where you are. If you can get online and upload your music, you can distribute through us. Soldier says, meaning, do you have targeted marketing for French worldwide? Let me show you this, guys. Let me show you this. And then I'm going to go to what you guys are asking me about. Let me do this for you. That was a great question. Let me show you where we can distribute your music. All right, and then I'm gonna go to, because I see somebody just posted something. I sent my peripheria. All right. Let me do this. I'm gonna turn the screen around too for you guys, okay? Let me see. Sumo Production says, legendary week. That's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. Thank you, Sumo. That's where I just want to know how you guys feels. And Video 4.0, thank you for that that setup. Sunbiz.com, of course, that's Florida for those who don't know. But Sunbiz still requires for you to register. That's what they really do. Okay. Uh-oh. Did I mess anything up? Are you guys still there?